Hi guys, Mindy Taylor, registered dietitian here. Grab a cup of tea because in today's episode we're going to dish about intermittent fasting. It's gaining a ton of exposure, so I think it's something that I need to address. However, I want you guys to know that this is simply another diet that puts rules and restrictions around when you can eat and what you can eat. So, I feel like it's important enough to address because I have received a ton of questions about it recently in emails and DMs, and my husband asked me about it. So that was enough for me to create the episode to address your questions on intermittent fasting. First of all, what is it? Well, what intermittent fasting is it's a framework around when you can eat in a 24-hour period of time. Basically, certain hours are forbidden and then certain hours you're allowed to eat. And there are several different variations of ways that you can intermittently fast. So, the first one is called the 16-8 method. So, we've got 24 hours in a day. So what this method says is that you can only choose 8 hours in the day to eat. And usually it's something like along the lines of like after 2 or 3 p.m. So you're eating for several, 8 hours in the afternoon and then late into the evening, and then you're going to bed and you're sleeping and you're not eating all morning into the afternoon. There's another, eat, stop, eat. In this variation of intermittent fasting, you're essentially choosing 1 or 2 days out of the week where you completely fast for 24 hours. The 5-2 method. So in that variation of intermittent fasting, you're essentially choosing 2 days where you only eat 500 calories. Then we have the warrior diet, and this is eating nothing but fruits and vegetables all day and having a big, huge meal at night. Look, there might be all these variations, you guys, but it's still just a diet. Will intermittent fasting help me lose weight? It can, for a period of time. There are some studies comparing intermittent fasting to other diets that are low in calories and low carb or other elimination diets, and I just posted a blog about this that links the study up if you guys want to go back and check it out. Look, let's get real. Of course you're going to lose weight because all these things, if you stick with them for a certain amount of time, they have something in common. Restriction. So honestly, guys, there's nothing super creative about intermittent fasting. It's just another diet. Well, when should we try intermittent fasting? Let's be real. Most of my clients come to me for weight loss. And I'm not turning women away. I'm not saying it's wrong to desire that. Isn't this what a dietitian or nutritionist does, right? We deal with people that want to lose weight. But honestly, what I want to talk to you about is your health. You guys, you can be healthy at any size. And I've seen people that are overweight with amazing lab work, and they're in the best of health. And I've seen people that are ultra thin and they're not healthy at all. So I challenge you that if you're unhappy with your body in some way or the way that you look, that you dig a little deeper into that area and think about why it is that you're unhappy with your body. I use a weight-inclusive paradigm in my practice, and if you want to find more information about that, you can head over to the blog as well. But it aligns with my value system, and this is the way that I choose to practice with my clients. We do not use a scale. They do not report weight to me. We drop the weight talk for the most part. I don't want to not address feelings that you're having as they come up, and I think those should be addressed, but I think we need to look into what's causing those feelings. What's going on at a deeper level? So honestly, intermittent fasting is the lazy way out, guys. It is that quick fix, and it is something that you're probably not gonna wanna stick to forever. I mean, you're gonna wanna have a mimosa and go to brunch and not wanna feel guilty about it. Now, I know you're sitting there saying, okay, I hear you, Wendy, but I still think I might wanna try it. Is there anybody that should not try intermittent fasting? Yes. First of all, if you're under 18, you don't want to be playing around with large gaps of time that you're not eating. So fasting, if you're not fully at your full, if you've not grown into adulthood. If you're breastfeeding or if you're pregnant, you definitely don't want to be doing this. If you've had any past eating disorders, this would not be a good idea for you. If you are an athlete or professional athlete, you need to have adequate and appropriate foods for recovery. And if you have any thyroid issues or you're diabetic, that would be something that I would not suggest you even give it a try. So the last question, would I recommend intermittent fasting? And the answer to that is simply, I would not. Intermittent fasting, along with other diets, are just encouraging that diet restriction cycle. They tell us when we should be eating and when we shouldn't be eating. And they'll either cause you to be courageously guilty and shameful when you do go out and have that brunch or that big mimosa and make you feel like you've failed in some way, or you're gonna feel rebellious about it. And that's what diets do to us, honestly. I choose to recommend and base my practice on the principles of intuitive eating. And the reason I do this is because diets, including intermittent fasting, are all focused on external cues. So you can only eat during this time period. You can only eat this. You can only eat this amount of food. You can only eat this portion. Now, that's not intermittent fasting, but you get what I'm saying? Like, they put things in a box. They're rules, they're regulations. And you're not focused internally on yourself and your body and trusting your own internal cues. That's not what intuitive eating is all about. When I work with my clients, we're focused on tuning into their body and listening for internal hunger cues, fullness cues, satisfaction. Like, there's biological hunger, you guys, and there's taste hunger. And like, I want you to get to the point where you are enjoying the feeling of the ice cream and the creaminess and the smoothness and the sweetness of, in the summer. Or I want you to experience like the juiciness of something you bite into, or the crunchiness or the salt. Like, I want you to be able to enjoy flavors and foods and not think, how many macros is this right now? That's just like wasting so much brain space. So yeah, no, I don't recommend intermittent fasting. Instead, we work on the principles of intuitive eating and healing that relationship with your food and your body. So if this sounds of interest to you and you would like to be more intuitive or learn more about intuitive eating, what I suggest that you do is just go to the link in my bio or email me at hello@pantrydr.com, or jump in the DMs and say, Wendy, I'd like to learn more about being an intuitive eater, and I will get you set up for a talk.